Hello everybody! Well, it's our next English lesson and we're going to be looking today at the kind of scientific words and more formal style of writing that we would use when we're writing a scientific text or a scientific report. Before we do that, we're going to revise and practice, consolidate, I've got this word consolidating up here, which means to make more solid, stronger. We're going to consolidate our new vocabulary. So pause the video and see if you can fill in the gaps using the new words we were looking at yesterday. Pause the video. I hope you did pause the video. If you test yourself and you practice, then you will definitely be better at remembering things. So I've got a picture here. The cliffs are going up. This is high land, but quite flat. When we get to the top, it's quite flat, isn't it? High flat land is called that's right, a plateau. It's a hard word to spell. E-A-U. Right. The top of the mountain is called, now there are two words for the top of the mountain when we get to the highest point. One begins with an S. Did you get it? The summit. And do you spell it with two M's? I hope so. Or the peak. The summit or the peak of a mountain. Gorillas belong to the family of animals called, primates. They're apes. Apes are part of the primates. Alright, and creatures that live in the trees are called arboreal. Tricky word. Well done if you knew it, remembered it. Well done if you spelt it right. And creatures that live on the ground are called, my spacing's got a bit wrong, begins with a T, terrestrial. Creatures that live on the ground. Human beings are terrestrial. We walk around on the ground. We don't fly, we don't live in the trees, we don't live in the sea or water. We live on the ground. We are terrestrial. Okay, well, today what we're going to do is all the information that we have gathered about our friends here, the Gelada monkeys, we're going to try and write a really good long paragraph. And it's going to be a factual paragraph. We're going to be writing what we know about Gelada monkeys for someone who doesn't know much about them. And we're going to be using the right tone. And what we're going to do here is we're going to write as if we are scientists or talking in a scientific way. So quite a serious, formal way of talking or writing. So before we go any further, make sure that you have got your files, fact files, and your notes about Gelada monkeys, and you can re-watch those videos to make sure you have got the information. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about what we're going to need to have in our writing today. So, we are, of course, going to write in full sentences. I wonder what that means. What does it mean to write in full sentences? Well, if we're writing in a full sentence, it means that we have to have a subject, someone or something, doing or being something. It's got to have a subject and a verb. It's not just notes, it's not just a few facts or numbers or words written down, it's got to be a full sentence. We are, of course, I have noticed quite a lot of people not using capital letters for names of places. such as the country Ethiopia or the continent Africa. And I do, very important this one, I do want us to write today like a scientist, speaking in a more formal or serious way. It's not today jokey or friendly speaking and writing. We're practicing a different kind of writing. Okay, we've got to have lots of good facts, details, and we've got to explain what we mean. We are writing in a more formal way, so we're going to avoid contractions. So, for example, we're going to write they are. We're not going to write there. We are going to write using the full words, not the contractions. And we're going to try and use some of our scientific vocabulary, like primates, inhabit, plateau, terrestrial, diurnal. Okay. Right. Well, I've had a first go here. Let's see. I wonder what you think. I've got my fact file here. Can you see? But I want to turn it into a proper paragraph with good writing, good detail. So I've written my paragraph. Gelada monkeys. Okay? What do you think? So, male gelada monkeys can be more than 70 centimetres long and are bigger than female monkeys. More than 19 kilograms. Gelada monkeys are cool, but they do look a bit freaky because of that red thing they've got on their chest. Anyway, they live in Ethiopia in the mountains. They're pretty big and, hold on, I'll just move this here, and they eat grass. Yuck. The end. So, what do you think? Just pause the video now and think to yourself, oh, that's not good. That's not a good piece of writing for this. Why not? Well, let's look back. Remember, today we're trying to write in full sentences. We're going to try to write like a scientist, speaking in a formal way. We're going to be using facts, so it's not lots of your opinions, but facts. It's going to be more factual and more formal. We're not going to use contractions. So let's review what we've done here. Oh, that's wrong at the start. So, no, too chatty, too informal. And male gelada monkeys can be more than 70 centimetres long. Well, that is what we call a random start. We haven't started by explaining something that our reader first of all needs to know. What do they need to know first about gelada monkeys? More than 19 kilograms is not a sentence. You would need to have a verb. They can weigh more than 19 kilograms. What about this bit? Gelada monkeys are cool? Well, no. That's an opinion. But we want to stick to facts. But they do look a bit freaky. That's another opinion. So, no. Cause, oh, that's a contraction. We would need to write the full phrase. Because. That red thing, no, that's not enough detail, not scientific language. Anyway, they live in Ethiopia in the mountains. They're pretty big. No, that is too chatty or informal. And they eat grass. Yuck. Well, that's just your opinion. That's not what a scientist would say. So, what is wrong? What should we change? Answer, everything! That's horrible! Terrible bit of work, Mr. McMullen. What were you thinking about? Shall we have another go? Right. So, let's see. Here we have. I've made, I think, a bit of a better start here. I've put Gelada monkeys. And now look, I've done something that scientists do. I've used the Latin name. Now that's starting to sound more formal, more scientific. Gelada monkeys, Theropithecus gelada. That's telling me I'm reading something scientific. Now, Gelada monkeys are part of the primate family. Yes, now look, I'm using these things here. I'm using scientific vocabulary. I'm using a formal tone. I'm using good vocabulary like primates. Gelada monkeys are part of the primate family and look quite similar to baboons. Here's the next thing. They mainly inhabit. Let's see. I'll keep it going. They mainly inhabit. Where do they live? Are there any words here that can help? Yes, that's right. Here's one. The plateaus. They mainly inhabit the plateaus and mountains of Ethiopia. Full stop. Well done, Mr. McMillan. You remember the capital letter for Ethiopia. Okay, what shall I write now? Gelada monkeys. I'm going to look at the list of words here. That'll help me. Terrestrial. Gelada monkeys are terrestrial monkeys. And I'll put in brackets or after a comma to explain. Because not everyone knows a word like that, so scientists do have to use good words and then explain. Gelada monkeys are terrestrial monkeys, meaning that they mainly live on the ground. Okay, what shall I say now? Well, I think now I might start to describe their diet. I'm going to be looking now on the other side because look, I've done that they're primates, done that they found them in the mountains and the plateaus of Ethiopia. Oh, now I could start to describe the size of a large dog. I remember that from the Eco Kids. They are the size of a large dog and unusual among primates because they are, do you remember that word, grass eaters? Graminivores. Grass eaters. Oh, I could do better than unusual. I'm going to use that word unique, meaning that they're the only kind of primate that mainly eats grass. Okay. So, there we are. I've used some of the ideas from the next bit, that unique feature, that they mainly eat grass and grass seeds. Okay, well, I hope you feel that you could write your own paragraph. You'd want to keep looking at all of this information. They live in groups called herds, which can reach very large numbers. Up to 1,000 individuals have been recorded in a herd of Gelada monkeys. We need to tell them about the predators, where they sleep. Don't forget some of these words. They are diurnal creatures. We could give some facts about the size of them, that the males are significantly bigger and stronger than the females. I hope you will have a really good go. Now take your time, use the fact file that is here to remind you of ideas. Use the vocabulary that is here. Yeah, so use the fact file information, use the vocabulary, and we are looking forward to a really well written piece of science, like a scientific report or text. Okay, right, looking forward to seeing your work, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.